Very fortunate to be in the association of wonderful devotees of Mauritius, and I seek blessings of all the devotees before I speak anything. Srila Prabhupada always wanted that devotees understand the philosophy, not just memorize it like a parrot. He was very particular that what you are understanding, speak that. What to speak about devotees, he was not even liberal to his own wife. If you remember Srila Prabhupada's first meeting with his wife, when his parents took him to see the girl, that time Prabhupada's wife sang a song, Hey Govinda, Hey Gopal. And Prabhupada loved that song very much. And that made Prabhupada to, agree for the marriage. So they finally got married. And on the first night, Prabhupada asked, can you sing that song again? So she sang the song. And Prabhupada told, can you explain the meaning? She said, I don't know the meaning. So I just memorized the song, but I don't know meaning. So Prabhupada became angry on the first day of his marriage. He said, you learn the song, you don't know the meaning, what is the use? So without realization, Prabhupada didn't like, just parrot-like speaking. Another pastime I am just remembering, once Prabhupada was walking, and it was a morning walk, and Prabhupada was telling devotees, he saw a very beautiful house. So Prabhupada said, look at this beautiful house. If we can get this, we'll engage in Krishna's service. So all devotees said, Jai, Jai Prabhupada, Jai, Jai. Prabhupada went little ahead. Prabhupada saw a nice car. Prabhupada said, look at this car, such a nice car. If we get this car, we'll engage in Krishna's service. Again devotees told, Jai Prabhupada, Jai, very nice, Jai. So Prabhupada went little ahead. He saw a nice dog. Prabhupada said, look at this dog, such a nice dog. If we get this dog, we'll engage in Krishna's service. Again devotees said, Jai Prabhupada, Jai, wow, Jai. Prabhupada said, rascals, what you will do of the dog? So don't just say yes without understanding. So I see my situation like that. I am just repeating like a parrot, but I have no realization. So I seek for your blessings. This Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna himself, and studying Bhagavatam or speaking about Bhagavatam is like directly dealing with Krishna. Just like the other day it was told in lecture, I was hearing, that to serve sun, Prabhupada writes in a purport, if you want to serve sun god, you have to become fiery. Otherwise, how you will serve sun? If you have to serve Varun, you have to become watery. In the same way, if you want to serve the Supreme Lord, who is Pavitram, Om Apavitro Pavitro Va, by his contact everything becomes purified, one has to be pure. But still, we read, we share Bhagavatam on the strength of Parampara. Whatever we hear, we repeat. Like a blind person cannot see, but if he hears, he can tell, yes, plants are like this, animals are like this, human beings are like this. He never saw, but he heard from those who have seen. So like that, our approach to Srimad Bhagavatam is through Parampara. And we are studying this wonderful section of 4th canto, which is describing various pastimes of the Lord, especially about Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj is Lord's empowered incarnation and teaches a lot of lessons from his life. So we are almost at the end of Prithu Maharaj's Yajna, where Lord Vishnu appears, and today we are studying verse 7. So please repeat after me. Eka Shuddha Swayam Jyotir Nirguno Asau Gunashraya Sarvaga Anavrita Sakshi Niratmanatmanaha Paraha Ekah Shuddha Swayam Jyotir Nirguno Sogunashraya Sarvagana Vrita Sakshi Niratmanatmanah Para Ekah Shuddha Swayam Jyoti Nirguno Sogunashraya Sarvagana Vrita Sakshi Niratmanatmana Para
Ekashuddha Swayam Jyoti
Ekashuddha Swayam Jyoti Nirguno Sogunashraya Sarvaguna Sakshi Niratmanatmana Para Ekashuddha Swayam Jyoti Nirguno So Nirashraya Sakshi Niratmanatmana Para. Mataji's. Ekashuddha Swayam Jyoti Guno Sogunashraya Sarvaguna Sakshi Niratmanatmana Para. Word for word meanings, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Ekaha, one. Shuddha, pure. Swayam, self. Jyotihi, effulgent. Nirgunaha, without material qualifications. Asau, that. Gunashrayaha, the reservoir of good qualities. Sarvaga, able to go everywhere. Anavrita, without being covered by matter. Sakshi, witness. Niratma, without another self. Atma Atmanaha, to the body and mind. Paraha, transcendental. Translation. The individual soul is one, pure, self-effulgent, and though devoid of material qualities, the reservoir of all good qualities. All pervading, not covered by matter, that witness of all activities is completely distinct from other living entities and transcendental to all embodied souls. Please repeat after me. The individual soul is one. Pure. Self-effulgent. And though devoid of material qualities, the reservoir of all good qualities. All pervading, not covered by matter, that witness of all activities is completely distinct from other living entities and transcendental to all embodied souls. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the previous verse, two significant words are used. Asamasaktaha, meaning without attachment, and Buddhaha, meaning fully cognizant of everything. By fully cognizance, it meant that one should know about his own constitutional position as well as the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. According to Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in this verse, Lord Vishnu is describing himself or the Paramatma. The Paramatma is always distinguished from the embodied soul as well as the material world. Therefore, he has been described as Para. That para or the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Eka, meaning one. The Lord is one, whereas the conditioned souls embodied within the material world exist in many varieties of form. There are demigods, human beings, animals, trees, birds, bees, and so forth. Thus, the living entities are not Eka but many. As confirmed in the Vedas, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam, Kathopanishad 2.2.13, the living entities who are many and who are entangled in this material world are not pure. However, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pure and detached. Due to being covered by material body, the living entities are not effulgent, but Supreme Personality of Godhead Paramatma is self-effulgent. The living entities being contaminated by modes of material nature are called Saguna, whereas Paramatma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Nirguna, not being under the influence of material modes. The living entities being encaged in material qualities are Gunashrita, whereas Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Gunashraya. The conditioned soul's vision is covered by material contamination. Therefore, he cannot see the cause of his actions. He cannot see his past lives. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, not being covered by material body, is witness of all activities of the living entity. But both of them, the living entity and Paramatma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are Atma or Spirit. They are one in quality, yet they are different in so many ways, especially in regard to the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead has in full. Full knowledge means that Jivatma, the living entity, must know both his position and supreme position. That is full knowledge. So, as we discussed, this is a very important section of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Supreme Personality of Godhead comes down to the level of a general person, how a living entity should act. Like a mother may sometimes teach children how to write alphabets. That doesn't mean that she is learning to write the alphabets. So here Prithu Maharaj is empowered incarnation of the Lord, and he is teaching us how to go through our journey of material to spiritual. This verse describes the spiritual nature of Paramatma and the soul also, because they are qualitatively one. So, Srimad Bhagavatam takes us from this journey, from independent conditioned soul to dependent liberated soul. General material world, if you are dependent, people won't appreciate that much. Like suppose some children, they grow up, they pass university, they may become like 30 years old, 35 years old, then also they are not working. How parents will feel? How long you will remain dependent? You should do something. But in spiritual life, just opposite of material world. There, dependence is the sign of advancement. Like in third canto we see how third canto begins with the description of Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha was the son of Diti. Jai Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Very beautiful deities of Krishna Balaram. One more special feature, they look different every day. They are different moods every day. Nice. Ready to go in the forest. So, this is Hiranyaksha in the third canto. We read how Hiranyaksha shows from his example of an independent enjoyer. He was so attached to opulence, especially gold, that he started to steal all the gold of the earth, and that imbalanced earth, because these all minerals are set in such a way to balance the earth. So when he stole all the gold, earth lost its balance and earth went in rasatal. Later Lord came and Lord revived the earth and killed Hiranyaksha. And that's the funny thing, how he killed Hiranyaksha. He just slapped him. He was playing for a long time, but then demigods told Lord, this evening time he will become more powerful. Do something. Lord just mildly slapped, he was killed. And in the same third canto towards the end, we read about Kapil Muni, who tells how you can be enjoyer, but if you become a devotee of Lord. Dependent enjoyer. Suppose if one become driver of a very rich person and he drives him in a very expensive car, and that rich person, if he switches the AC, will AC only give coolness to the master, not driver? He'll automatically give to the driver. If rich man plays some music in the car, will that only give pleasure to the master? Give to driver also. Sometimes servant enjoy more than the master. One time Srila Prabhupada was in one temple and it was the anniversary day of ISKCON. 13th July 1966, Srila Prabhupada incorporated ISKCON. So that was the anniversary day. And devotees made a very huge cake for Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada came, he cut the cake and took little piece of cake. And the servant took the whole cake inside his room. This is Prabhupada's cake. He took inside. And later on devotees found out this servant was helping himself. He was just finishing the cake. So they told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, look, we see that your servants enjoy just like you. Prabhupada said, you are wrong. My servants enjoy more than me. I took little cake and they are taking whole cake. So he said, that is the meaning. Dependent enjoyer. They will enjoy more. Can we imagine to live like in such a beautiful house? How many of us have such beautiful house with Russian painters painting and nice windows, glass paintings, such a beautiful house? Do we have such marble, thing? But it's made for Krishna. Who is enjoying? Devotees are enjoying. They are dancing, they are feasting, they are taking advantage of this facility. So servant enjoy more than master. That is the teaching of Bhagavatam. And then we come to fourth canto, which elaborates this concept. Fourth canto describes how we have to go to Krishna to get purified. Whatever we do, whatever karma we are engaged in, whatever activities we are engaged in, we have to approach Krishna. It starts with beautiful description of Dhruva Maharaj. What Dhruva Maharaj teaches us? We may have little desire, I get an iPhone, I may get a nice car, I may get a nice family. But look at Dhruva Maharaj, what kind of ambition he had. Can somebody become, here in this room, how many people are thinking to become Prime Minister of Mauritius? How many people are thinking? We don't have that kind of ambition. Somebody, Prabhu may think, but we don't have that kind of ambition. How many of us can imagine to become ruler of whole Africa continent? How many of us can imagine to become ruler of the whole earth? We don't have that kind of ambition. And then we say, when we come to Krishna consciousness, people become lazy. No. We have example of Dhruva Maharaj. What kind of ambition he had? He had ambition to get kingdom greater than Brahma. Brahma made the 14 planetary systems. Greater than Brahma means Vaikuntha. So he was having his goal set to Vaikuntha. And then Narad Muni told, if you really want to do that, go to Vrindavan and worship Lord Hari. That is the way. Akamo sarva kamo va moksha kamo dharadhi tivrena bhakti yogena jajate purusham param. If you have so many desires, no problem, come to Krishna. When in 1975 Krishna Balaram temple was inaugurated in Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada told, this Krishna Balaram is standing here, they are free. You may be very busy, but they are free. So just go to them and pour out all your desires. They will fulfill all your desires. And then Prabhupada silently added one more thing, spiritual desires, not material desires. So Krishna Balaram is here, so we can go and tell our desires. But Krishna does two things. Either he doesn't fulfill material desires, because material desires will lead to frustration. Yahi sansparsha jab hoga, dukkha yona evate. If senses come in contact with sense objects, that will give misery. How Krishna can see his devotees in misery? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna tells, Ami Bigya ei murkhe vishay ke badivo, swa charnamrita diya vishay bulaivo. This person, my devotee, but he is a fool. He is asking me for material pleasures, that will give him misery. He is fool, but I am not fool. Suppose we go to our mother and ask, can you give me 2 cigarettes? What mother will do? She will give 2 slaps, one on this and one on that. She will not give cigarettes. So Krishna is saying, Ami Vigya, I am intelligent, he may be fool, but how can I give him this material pleasures? Because that is leading to miseries. I will give nectar of my lotus feet. Swa charana amrita diya vishay bulaivu. He will forget all material desires. So that is Krishna's special mercy. And that happened to Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, when he saw Lord Vishnu, what he told? I want kingdom? He said, no. I got you. What else I want? Still Vishnu gave him. You know why? Vishnu gave him still this kingdom of Shvetadipa in the pole star. You see, Dhruva Loka. Why he gave that? Because if he will not give, then people of Mauritius will not come to temple. They will think that we come to temple, nothing we get. So still, to prove that, Krishna gave, okay, you are getting pure devotion, but still you take this kingdom. So that people have faith that in my devotional service also people get some benefit. So Dhruva gets purified just by going to the devotional course. Another example of, in 4th canto we read, Prachini Bharishat. Prachini Bharishat was engaged in so many fruitive activities, so many sacrifices. By the time he would finish one sacrifice, there were already preparations made for another sacrifice. And he was killing so many animals. Seeing that, Narad Muni became compassionate, and Narad Muni tells him the whole section of Puranjana. You must have read it before, Puranjana Akhyan. And what was the result? That Prachini Bharishat became completely purified. So much so that he sent his 10 sons to do austerities in the forest, but he didn't wait for them to come back and take care of the kingdom. Before coming back, he left. Before his sons came back, he said, what will happen of kingdom, I don't care. Anyway, anybody will take care, but my spiritual life is important. And he went to the forest. Such an attached person became detached. Here we are reading about Prithu Maharaj. This is the last section of 4th canto, almost last, the prominent section of 4th canto, where we read how Prithu Maharaj is teaching us from his example. You know, when Prithu Maharaj appeared and he was coronated, all demigods came and gave them different gifts to Prithu Maharaj. And professional singers started to sing the glories of Prithu Maharaj. What Prithu Maharaj did? He took a shot and put in his Facebook. What he did? Prithu Maharaj said, don't glorify me now. Why? I didn't do anything. I am just coronated now. I didn't do anything. Why are you glorifying me? See, ideal leader. Before becoming leader, we think we should be glorified. We did nothing. If we throw one dustbin also, we feel that people should see us. I am so humble that I am throwing dustbin. So we become proud even of throwing dustbin. But Prithu Maharaj became Chakravarti Samrat, the king of the whole world, including oceans. And he was not proud. He said, don't glorify me. I have not done anything. Because if you take credit of what you have not done, you will also be blamed for what you have not done. Sometimes people complain that I have not done this thing, why I am being blamed? You are getting blamed because sometime you stole credit for something which you never did. Sometimes we come to temple, like say, we went yesterday to one temple. Our program was little late and we went to temple, accidentally. And we did Gaur Aarti. Somebody said, Prabhu, you are so sincere, you come to Gaur Aarti. Yes, I come to Gaur Aarti. But that is not actually my intentionally going to Gaur Aarti. I was getting late to a program, so I went to Gaur Aarti. So I take credit of that. Now suppose sometime we come to Mangala Aarti, nobody saw us, And then temple president may say, Prabhu, you never come to Mangala Aarti. No, I came. No, you are telling lie. You never came. Why? Because you stole credit in previous time. So Prithu Maharaj was not like that. Prithu Maharaj didn't take that credit. He said, I will do something in future, then you glorify me. And what did he do? He first of all took care of the citizens materially. First of all, materially. Because if a person is hungry, like suppose now is 8:41. If I start to speak for say 2 hours more, how many devotees will sit here? Because one missed call will come from stomach. The stomach will give signal, I am hungry, I am hungry, I am hungry. So first person has to arrange for basic level, annamaya, for body. And Prithu Maharaj saw that people are suffering so much, how they will come to Krishna? They are not getting basic necessities. Earth is not giving food. So he chastised earth, that why are you not giving food? Earth told that people are so sinful, I give them food, they become strong, they do more sinful activities. We can imagine in our life, sometimes you may have experience of village, especially Indian village. If there is no electricity, what people do? If there is no electricity, in evening they will sleep like 7:30 or 8 o'clock. They will sleep. But because the electricity, all gadgets, everything, they stay up till 1 o'clock doing sinful activities. So what is good? Having facility or not having facility? So Earth was telling Prithu Maharaj that, look, I am giving all facilities to these people. What they are doing? They are becoming more and more sinful. So I have stopped giving all grains. Prithu Maharaj said that this is not your job. This is my job. I will take care of the citizens' spiritual life. But you are having this duty to give sufficient grains and produce to citizens. Taking this order, Earth started to give all the grains. So we can understand that today so many sinful activities are happening all over the world. People sometimes challenge that you Hare Krishna people tell that you do Sankirtan, then therefore yajna brings rains. But we are not doing any yajnas. Why we are getting rains? Why we are getting grains? Why we are getting all this nourishment from earth and nature? Because still some devotees are present on the planet. For them, Mother Earth is giving all these facilities. If there is no devotee on earth, earth will stop giving all produce, and that will happen. We read the description of Kali Yuga. When the Kali Yuga will progress, after 10,000 years, there will be no Sankirtan. And what will happen? Earth will stop giving grains. What people will do? They will start eating animals. They are already eating animals, but that time they will not have no options. And human beings will finish all the terrestrial animals. Then what they will do? They will catch aquatics. They will finish all the aquatics. Then what they will do? They will catch birds and they will eat birds and they will finish all the birds. Then what they will do? They will eat each other. That is the, many movies show zombies. That is not their speculation. That is written in Bhagavatam. People will eat each other. And then, when they will so fearful that anybody can attack me, they will live in caves. They will live in caves. And husband and wife, now how they will maintain themselves? So they will give birth to child, they will eat their own child. So this will be the situation of earth. But Prithu Maharaj said, I will take care of them, don't worry, you give grains. And then what Prithu Maharaj did? He started to do many sacrifices for the spiritual elevation of his citizens. This is another very important aspect. When we come to Krishna consciousness, we should help each other to progress spiritually. Sometimes when we come to temple, it becomes like a social gathering, like a club. People go to club, I go to ISKCON club. I go Sunday, I associate with people, I have nice food, I enjoy a little bit, then I go back home and do my nonsense. That is not spiritual life. Spiritual life means there has to be spiritual transformation. People have to transform. Like one person, he was very attached to his family. He was very attached to his business and is growing old. So his family members thought that, he is growing old and still attached to business and he is not letting us do anything. Let us make some arrangements so that he become little detached. So they hired one sadhu. They said, one sadhu, you take him around and do something so that he become detached. Okay, sadhu said, okay, I'll get some money. He took him to pilgrimage. Now he took him in many places, Rameshwaram, Dwarka, here, there, so many places. And still every day, thrice a day, he would call and ask, how much sales today? How much money? He was attached to his business still. He was pilgrimage. He was doing pilgrimage bodily, but his mind and heart was in the business. So this sadhu was getting frustrated that what kind of person is this? Finally they came to Kashi. How many of you went to Kashi, Varanasi? Some of you. You went to that ghat, Manikarnika ghat, where they burn the dead bodies? So many dead bodies. Sadhu took him to that ghat, and that person saw so many people burning, and so many people are waiting to burn their relatives because there is no place. So when the other person will burn, then they will bring this person and burn. It's waiting. People go to restaurant and they wait outside, but nobody goes to crematorium to wait. But in Manikarnika ghat, people wait to burn. This person saw this and suddenly tears start to come from his eyes. So sadhu said, wow, finally. So he asked him, why are you crying? He said, I wasted whole my life. Sadhu became happy. Wow. Finally he understood he wasted his life. So how you realize that you wasted your life? By seeing all these dead people? Yes, I am seeing all these dead people and they are burning them. So what is your realization? He said, I wasted my whole life because I was doing business of clothes. If I would have known that there is so much demand of wood, I would have done business of wood. This is the problem. The attachments don't go so easily. Person is always attached. But we have to grow spiritually. So Prithu Maharaj arranged for these sacrifices not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of his citizens. And as he was doing 99 sacrifices, all citizens were getting spiritually elevated, and one person got insecure. That was Indra. Indra became insecure. That if he does 100th one, he will get my post. Another name of Indra is Shatakrutu. 100 sacrifices, somebody completes, he become Indra. What to do? Indra could have gone and just requested Prithu Maharaj, because Prithu Maharaj was not attached to doing these sacrifices. He was just attached to elevating the citizens. But what Indra did? He was very deceitful. He started to steal the horse of Prithu Maharaj again and again in different forms. And he was dressed like a sadhu. It's not that if somebody wears nice dhoti, nice tilak, that means he's a very good devotee. We can't judge anybody externally. When Ravan came to steal Sita, in which form he came? In his form of sadhu. And who tried to save Sita? Jatayu, who was in the form of a bird. Who went and found out Sita? Hanuman, who was another in the form of animal. If externally some monkey comes in this hall, how we will feel? We will feel that some saintly person came. But if somebody in nice clothes, nice dressed up, nice tilak, nice shikha, we say, wow, such a nice devotee. May not be possible. So, Prithu Maharaj's horse was stolen by Indra again and again, and then finally Prithu Maharaj decided to kill Indra. But Brahmanas told Prithu Maharaj, don't kill him. Think with cool head. What exactly you want? Do you really want this yajnas? Do you really want to sit on the throne of Indra? Or you want to make Krishna sit on the throne of your heart? What do you want? Check yourself. Many times we fight in this material world for petty things. And what is the loss? We lose Krishna. Can any wealth give Krishna? Can any amount of name and fame give Krishna? Can any amount of followers give Krishna? Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, na kavita, na moksham. Only ahetuki bhakti. That is pure devotional service. In many temples when we used to go in childhood, we used to learn this only. Dhanam dehi, janam dehi, rupavati bharyam dehi. You know what is rupavati bharyam? Beautiful wife. Give me money, give me strength, give me follower, give me beautiful wife. If everybody gets beautiful wife, we'll get ugly wife. But people go. Famous Aarti, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Sukha Sampati Ghar Aave, Kashta Mite Tanaka. As if we are going to a shopping mall. I am not criticizing, but Lord is not for that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. So this Brahmana is told that what you exactly want. You want to sit on the throne of Indra, or you want Lord to sit on the throne of your heart. Indra is insecure because he is attached to Shatakratu. He is attached to those 100 sacrifices and his post. Are you really attached to that? Prithu Maharaj said, no, I am not attached to Indra's post. Then what are you attached to? Prithu Maharaj said, I am attached to being servant of Krishna. Salpa kari na mani ho, das hai no naam. Alpa bhagya nahi, das kare Bhagavan. Don't consider this word das ordinary. When we get initiation, we get this name Das. One time one disciple of Srila Prabhupada, her name was Gunamayi Devi Dasi. Gunamayi. As this verse also telling about gunas, full of gunas. So she thought, I have so many gunas. Therefore Prabhupada gave me name Gunamayi. So she went to Prabhupada and told Prabhupada, what qualities, what gunas you saw in me that you gave me the name Gunamayi Devi Dasi. Prabhupada said, no gunas. I saw you that you live in Laguna beach, so I gave you name Gunamayi. Important word in name is Das. Sometimes people call their name just Krishna Kishore. No, Das is important. Das. Swalpa kari na mani ho, Das hai no naam. Don't consider that this word Das is a very ordinary thing. No. Alpa bhagya das nahi kare Bhagavan. Those who are less fortunate, they don't become servant of Krishna. Suppose some pujari is serving Krishna Balaram and he is making offering every day. Just imagine, he is not pure. I know all pujaris are pure, but imagine hypothetically, if some pujari is not pure and he is offering every day bhoga to Krishna Balaram. Now, does Krishna take bhoga from impure hands? He will not take. So Krishna has two choices. First, either he will make pujari pure, or second, replace the pujari. He has only two options. Therefore, we see deity service people cannot do for a long time. Because they have anarthas, either they become pure so they can continue the service. It's very big thing to become das, to become servant. Or else, Krishna will replace. So Prithu Maharaj chose to be servant of Krishna than to be Indra. And therefore, after unfinished yajna also Lord Vishnu came. See, 99 yajnas Vishnu didn't come. In this 100th yajna was not complete, Lord Vishnu came. That shows that we don't have to be successful in spiritual life. We have to be submissive in spiritual life. So being successful is not important. When Srila Prabhupada went to America, he was sitting in that Jaladuta ship. Do we think that he was really thinking that he will go there and he will make a worldwide organization? Sumati Morarji, who gave him ticket for this passenger ship, not passenger ship, it's a goods ship. Sumati Morarji told him that you are old man, you will die. And Prabhupada said, let me die at least trying to follow the instruction of my spiritual master. Let me at least try. I don't want to die in a room. I don't want to die in my bed. At least people will say, Bhaktivedanta Swami tried to follow instruction of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati and he died on the ship. That was Prabhupada's mood. And that made Prabhupada so empowered that alone one person changed the whole world. We can't change one city. Prabhupada changed the whole world because he had faith on the instruction of his spiritual master. That can change the whole world. Brahmanda tarite shakti dhare jane jane. And such devotee can change whole Brahmanda, what to speak about little earth. Whole Brahmanda, whole universe, they can change. So Srila Prabhupada had that empowerment. He said, okay, I will not be successful, I don't mind, but let me try. And Prithu Maharaj is also like that. Okay, I am not successful, doesn't matter. And then Lord Vishnu comes. And he comes in a very special way. You know how Vishnu came? He kept one hand on Indra's shoulder. Now Indra was because for Prithu Maharaj unsuccessful yajna. And Vishnu comes along with Indra only. And Vishnu tells in the beginning of this chapter, please forgive Prithu Maharaj, forgive Indra. Is it so easy to forgive people? Don't forgive. Externally we may say, okay Prabhu, no, don't worry, nothing happened. Internally, burning, sansara dava, this forest fire is burning inside. It's not so easy to forgive people. And then Vishnu is telling that you are not product of matter, you are spirit soul. And he is describing the qualities of spirit soul, that you are full of this Shuddha. Shuddha means you are pure. Why you are harboring this bad desire? You are Swayam Jyotir. You are having all good qualities coming from soul. So why are you attached to the body? Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Become aware of spiritual nature. And that's how Vishnu is raising consciousness of Prithu Maharaj. That don't worry. Even if you have nothing, you have me on your side. I am with you. You may not have heaven, you may not have Indra post, but I am with you. And that is the greatest blessing of Vishnu. Prithu Maharaj showed with his example that no matter whatever happens, we have Krishna on our side. And we'll have many problems. Krishna may test us in many ways, but we have to stick on to this process. If we stick on to this process, one day we will be in association of Krishna Balaram. Lord Vishnu told that now you forgive Indra and you again rule your citizens. And you know what was the result of this? What Prithu Maharaj got after sacrificing so much and accepting the words of Vishnu? Does anybody know? What Prithu Maharaj got? What is the result? There has to be some result of sacrifice, right? What was the result? Prithu Maharaj got association of 4 Kumaras. That we'll read in subsequent chapters. When Krishna becomes happy, he sent devotee association. That was Prithu Maharaj's life. That has to be glorified. Not his coronation, as he told, but his sacrifice, his following the words of Vishnu, following the words of Brahma, and then getting the fruit of his sacrifice, devotee association. So like that, this is very instructive section of Srimad Bhagavatam. Every section of Srimad Bhagavatam is instructive. It's Krishna's body. We can't say that Krishna's hands are more beautiful than Krishna's legs. Everything is beautiful. Adharam madhuram, vadanam madhuram. Whole body is beautiful. Madhuradhipate akhilam madhuram. So this Bhagavatam is beautiful Bhagavatam. Srimad means beautiful. Every section, every verse, every word is so nectarian. So we take shelter of this Bhagavatam and pray that just like Prithu Maharaj took words of Brahma and sacrificed his own attachments, may we also take words of our spiritual masters, we also take words of Srila Prabhupada and sacrifice our own attachments. And what will be the results? Krishna Balaram will be pleased and he will give eternal devotee association in the spiritual world. Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare. Hare Krishna. Any question? Any question, comments, corrections?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for the wonderful association.
Hare Krishna.
Normally, when we do some service, we want our service to be successful. So, how to reconcile that someone going to go went to distribute books and then distribute any books. So you feel like gurus and replies. So can you please elaborate on this?
So Prabhu is mentioning a very beautiful aspect. He is saying that when we do some service, we want to be successful. Imagine a book distributor going around whole day. none of the book got distributed, how you will feel? And how other temple president, other devotees will feel? What are you doing whole day? Better you do some duty service. So you want our service to be successful. How to understand this? At the same time remaining detached. See, when we do some service, we have to put our whole heart in it. But we should be attached to service attitude more than the activity of service. Because next day, if we are told that no, you are not a preacher anymore, you clean temple. So we should clean temple with same enthusiasm also. That is the meaning of remaining detached. Remaining detached doesn't mean being irresponsible. There is a difference between being irresponsible and detached. I go out and I am standing in one place. In Mauritius is a beautiful place. I go to beach and I just see sunset and come back and say, I tried, no books went, nobody was on the beach, not my fault. But that is not detachment, that is irresponsibility. When we do any service, we have to do it properly. Like Arjuna was fighting, he was fighting with all power, with all enthusiasm. But imagine if Krishna would have told, no Arjuna, now don't fight. Arjuna should have stopped fighting. Because he promised in Gita what? What is the essence of Gita? What is the essence of Gita? To surrender to Krishna. And Arjuna tells the essence of Gita in 3 words. Karishye vachanam tava. My dear Lord, whatever you will tell, I will do that. So that should be the spirit of service. Yes, I will do my service properly. You today make me sweeper, make me pujari, you make me temple president, you make me GBC, you make me guru. Doesn't matter, I am ready. I will do my service best. But tomorrow if you ask me, no Prabhu, don't sit on Vyasasana, sit on kitchen and cook. I am equally enthusiastic to do that service also. That is the meaning of detachment. Prithu Maharaj, when he was doing 99 yajnas, he was doing perfectly. When he was asked, stop, stop. That is the meaning. We have to be responsible but detached. Otherwise, we will remain in the material world. Name, fame, glory, again same story. He'll again and again come back. We do for name, fame, glory, again we will come back to this material world. So we should not be attached to the physical aspect of service, but the service attitude. Whatever you give my Lord, whatever is coming from devotees, happy to do it.
I mean, I'm reminded, what you're saying here, that I was reading the book Gargamani. So there Gargamani is Ramanuja's brother. And they were the early devotees of Prabhupada, early ones. So he has been always in the background, but has done, I highly recommend people to read this book, because what you find in this book you don't find anywhere else. This is my experience of this book. So somewhere he was, I think, in Vrindavan. So there was no cook. And
Does it go there? It doesn't go. Okay.
Yeah. Prabhupada said that, Gargamuni said, I will cook, Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, you're a Swami, how can you cook? Then Gargamuni told him, I'm no Swami. I'm just your servant. Just with that word, Prabhupada spoke.
That's true. The Prabhu is mentioning about Gargamuni Prabhu. I hope everybody heard. He told that Prabhupada, I'll cook for you. He said, no, you are Swami. Prabhupada said, no, I am not Swami. I am your Das. I am your servant. So whatever, if I cannot serve you, what is the use? Like Bhakti Siddhanta, once he was going to Mayapur, and his sannyasis are dressed in, saffron robes and nice danda and everything. And as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati came, they all offered their obeisances, and it was wet mud. They offered obeisances. And Bhakti Siddhanta said, no, it's mud, your clothes will get dirty. They said, what is the use of our clothes if we can offer our obeisances to our spiritual master? So all these externals, I am a grihastha, I am a brahmachari, I am a sannyasi, I am such a leader. All these are external. Main thing is, if we can serve. And service will demand sacrifice. Anytime we will be told that, Prabhu, enough. Now let others lead. Go in background. So we may have to do that, and we should be ready. Main thing is service. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare.
Grace Krishna Krishna
Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. I am sorry if I have spoken anything which is hurtful, painful to anybody. Please forgive me. I am like your son. Considering me your son, please forgive my offenses. Hare
It was a
Krishna.
lovely class. Lovely class.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you.
Oh Krishna.
No, 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 no.